What is going on? Are they serious? Yo, let me tell you, for the last couple of hours, I've been making phone calls after phone calls, trying to get the maintenance department of my apartment complex. I never had to call them for anything, so I never saved their number. I was never given their number. But yo, this is what's going on. Somebody say, speak my truth. I've been living here in this Reveal Apartments in New Orleans for almost a year. When I first moved in, it seemed to be a place that would be safe for me and my family, myself and my two girls. But little did I know that I was still going to have troubles. Because, see, where I was living at before, I was evading physical, psychological, mental, spiritual abuse from an ex lover. Somebody wanted to control my life while bringing me down, right? Wasn't trying to do nothing to uplift themselves. Wanted me to be codependent while tearing me down, trying to belittle me while building myself up. Call me in a low place, right? Had a restraining order on that person. That still didn't matter. They came to my door, played around my window. I was sensed leaving cigarette butts and Coke cans and whatever else to let me know that they were there just because they feel like they're above the law, right? Or he feels like he's above the law. I'm saying they because he could have been his family members helping him with this. So that's why I moved to the Reveal. Gave up a whole Section 8 voucher that would have allowed me to be a homeowner right at this moment. That's why I was heading for. Gave that up because it was still in the area where my abuser lives. I didn't want to be anywhere close. Because my thing is, I don't want to kill somebody. I'm not a murderer. Because of trying to explain to that person to leave me alone, let me go, let me be. I don't want to be with you no more. So I thought the best thing to do was just to get in a different area. I didn't know that I possibly needed to move out of state. Here it goes. I'm living in a Reveal. Little did I know that it was going to be a sinking sand line. Why I'm saying that? It's because the grass is so fake. I walked the whole area barefoot. I could not feel no life in it. But that's not why this live is going on right now. You see, the reason why this live is going on right now is because I'm sitting in the dark because my lights are cut off for no apparent reason. There's no outage in the area. I look in the halls, the lights are on, the apartment sign is on, everything else. Call the energy company to report the outage. There's no outage. Did you check this? Did you check that? No, yes. And then afterwards, I did. Still no response. Well, Miss Smith, your bill is up to date. The response from us to your meter is reading that everything is okay on our part. We did not cut your lights off. You need to talk to the maintenance people. So, what I do, I call the maintenance by calling the number that's listed on my lease or the number that I have listed from other notices that goes to the office. The phone is just ringing. It's just ringing. Nobody's picking up. Then he goes to a voicemail that says, the voicemail is full. There's no room to leave a message. I always thought that at apartment complexes that are professional, that when you call that number after hours, it'll send you to an after hours number for maintenance. Let me just say that because the previous place where I lived before, it has nothing compared to where I am now. But that was a better living because of the area and the grass being real and the people being realer who were in office, because they set it up to where if any tenant needed anything, they knew exactly what to do. If you only had that apartment manager's office number and there was a maintenance issue, when you call that number, that after hours would automatically pick up and direct you to the on-call maintenance team. I don't have a number for the on-call maintenance team. So what do, Raven? You're educated. You're pretty witty. You got some intuition about you. Go to the website for the apartments. What do you see? You see a number. You call that number. And when you call that number, the message that you get on the reply says, server unreachable. Why is this number listed? Where is the maintenance number listed? And why isn't it listed? So you mean to tell me we're here in a reveal and all that we're being revealed about is that we won't be able to get the service that we need in the after hours? Oh, is it just me being targeted? Did I go knock on anyone else's door? No. Why? Because I don't know my neighbors. Everyone in here is frightened of one another. You may speak cordially, but no one knows who is who. Everyone is on edges. This is the reveal. This is what our tax dollars are going into. Yes, it is supposedly state of the art technology embedded into this living like a smart home. There's cameras everywhere. Who's able to see what it is that's going on through these cameras? Why do people have to feel like they're frightened of being somewhere where they should be safe? Especially mothers like myself. And I know this is strange. I'm upset. I'm not frightened because I know it could be a plot to get me out of my apartment, to go to my car in the middle of the night so that I can be attacked, as well as the other attempts on my life and my daughter's life that we had to go through, right? Someone put a napkin that was laced with drugs trying to get me. At the time, I couldn't grab it out of my van, this grill, because I was holding my daughter in some bags, my baby girl. So I asked my oldest daughter to get it. She barely touched it. She got really sick. And I didn't know that it was because of that napkin until the next day when I saw that they were doing these things to capture women and girls that are single parents unsuspectedly, right? This happened in the fall, somewhere around September. October come, November. Somebody vandalized my car, my van. They pulled the sliding door off of the hinge. When I went to open it to let my children in, the van door fell off. Thank God my cousin was there. See, help me put it back on. But it's not even just those things that came after. The first thing that let me know that something was not right within this community where I'm at is because one of my decorative pillows that I was carrying in with all of the other stuff that I was using to decorate, make this apartment feel like a home, so that I can enjoy it. I lost it. Must have fell off the cart as I thought. But at that time that I lost it, someone was right there behind me and they got it. Yeah, I know you got my pillow, whoever you are. It's nice, isn't it? That white pillow with the yellow and green palm trees and leaves on it, right? That matches your decor from the tip of your ceiling to the bottom of your floor. You picked it out specifically through me to embellish your apartment. It went great with your decor. You didn't have the ability to pick it out yourself, right? Or to purchase it. I worked hard for that. That was the first thing that let me know that possibly someone in this building is the evil, wicked person. And that does not have anything to do with me. How I've been watched, stalked, lurked, all of the other things that they're doing. Oh, yeah, not to mention the fish head that someone put to my car door by my driver's side. So much stolen packages. The nigga knock on the door. The niggas at the door late in the early morning, running back and forth, waiting for me to go out or possibly my daughter to open up the door and be unsuspected. Well, yeah, that was in October. Maybe that was in late August, early September, late September, early, whenever it happened, to report these things and let it go, to move on. Maybe there was the wrong door that they were at, right? But who want to hear a black woman's cry? Because most of all black women are mad and they're black. Big black mad woman, stereotypical woman, single mother, more than one child's father, married more than one time, maybe on welfare or not, maybe a prodigy in the making or not, somebody who just want to live their life, or yes, can they do it happily and keep the joy that they have that the world did not give them and that the world cannot take away, holding face for being a lover of the Most High, no matter what name we call God, right? So here it is in my situation. There's many that looking and lurking, waiting and watching for something to happen that is detrimental. Doesn't matter what color you are. You're evildoers and wicked workers in high and low places. You're everywhere. Body jumpers. My father told me about you all. You work in the light and in the dark because you hide behind everything possible for you to hide behind. You'll hide behind a desk. You'll hide behind a black robe with a white tie. You'll hide behind a suit that has badges of honor on it. You'll hide behind a suit that has a white coat. Look like you're working in a lab. You'll hide behind a badge and a shield that says that you're enforcers of the law, taking an oath to protect and to serve. But who are you protecting and what are you serving if it isn't those who are the meek? You see, what I'm thinking about, what I'm going through at this particular time, the sorrow that I feel, it's not for me. It's sorrow for all those lost and desolate souls out here that's hurting, that are doing things that are not right to other people. Oh, yes, in my anger, I get mad, right? As a black woman, that's what they will want to see. But in that sense of making a difference, of being mad, I'm thinking about making a difference in my life by telling my story. Because before, I was someone who would just hold all of the pain in and go on my way. And just looking at people like, what have we become? Am I better than anyone? No, because I have succumbed to those vices in my life that I have to break. But then it's on a whole nother level when I gotta deal with trying to not be a murderer because of what it is supposedly that we think love will do, right? Trying not to become a murderer because of what it is that envy allows us to feel. Trying to not become a murderer because of that emotion called jealousy. I've done well thus far. Do I have compassion for those who are trying to destroy me? No, I don't. I cannot. But what I have for you is not pity nor sorrow in the capacity to where your afflictions become mine. But I have sorrow for you because you are lost and miserable and have nothing else better to do than to attack a single parent, a woman at that, someone who's considered in this United States of America as a minority. Not only that, a double minority. And it's sad that even those who have the same skin as me will be some of the ones who these body jumpers would use. But see, that's what body jumpers do. It doesn't care whose body it's in. It just needs to use a vessel to carry out its work of light or dark, right? Doesn't mean that it's going to be beneficial to everyone who's involved. A lot of people don't even know that a body jumper is jumping them. They'll act all out of whack and just blame it on random emotions, not knowing it being used to attack someone, right? It's sad that I can even go on to my Entergy account and look at my account and see that there's no disconnect. Pretty good with making sure that everything is taken care of for my girls. Is this an embarrassment to me? No, because it's not my fault. It's not Energy fault. It's the Reveal's fault. I've been telling them of so much that has been happening. There's no action. And I can see if I was sitting here talking about my baby's father in a capacity that would bring shame upon him and myself, that there'll be someone ready to listen, to donate, to do something about it. But no, I know why I don't get a response the way that I do, because I'm not like every individual. I'm not trying to do a comparison. There's none to compare righteously. Yes, I see you all who have my things. When you come into my apartment, these are one of a kind items. That's why I make them like that, so that everybody can be special and they can know that that is identifiably theirs, right? But you don't care. I do care. Why didn't I do anything about it? Someone is asking. You need to move, Raven. If it's that easy to uproot every time something happens, am I running from my problems? But then the question is, why should I have them when these environments are supposed to be set up to keep women and children and families safe, not to put them in harm's way or to use and abuse them psychologically, mentally, spiritually, or turn them against each other? But this is what I'm feeling in this environment. This is the energy that resonates within this desolate, dry sand lot with the fake grass. Things that are supposed to be that aren't. They're making do with saying these are the things that are coming. But still, you didn't do the deliverance on the things that you said were first. Like that broken water park that's been broken for a whole year without any attempts to repair it. Oh, yeah, not to mention the big reveal when all of the newscasting in New Orleans was there and the mayor was here. What's going on? Why haven't you all been back? Why don't you care? Oh, I forgot. We're living in a city where care has forgot. That care has forgot, right? Because we're so busy taking it easy. But you're easily taking lives. You're easily robbing people of their joy. That's what's so easy about the big easy. It's not. It's a hard living. We're hardcore. Hard to the core. Hardcore unemployable. That's what they're deeming us in the business sector. That's why we only have shipyards like Avondale and train yards, right? Southern Pacific. And we know what every bit of this federal thing, what that leads us to, right? But who is it going to stand up? Oh, you say, see, if you have a man, you wouldn't be going through those problems, someone is saying, that wants me. Possibly my stalker. Possibly the person who went where you went and cut the lights off from where you did. Energy said they didn't do it. I looked at my account. It's not reflecting any disconnections. It would have said it on there. So why are you doing this? Why are you still in hiding? Why haven't the authorities gotten you yet? The cameras are everywhere, right? Who wants to care? My hacker? No, you don't care because you probably happy that these things are happening. Probably have access to make them happen specifically, right? Because no one else's lights are off. Everybody else lights are on. And energy is telling me mine should be on as well. It's sad what this world has become. I'm thinking about it. Hold up. Maybe it's always been this way. Human behavior. It's too hard for us to be good, right? It's so hard for us to treat each other better than we treat the animals. Because guess what? If you kill one of them, Peter Shore is going to be there. And someone's going to stand up on your door with the news station. Kick that sleeping dog. But who is it that cares about someone like a black woman being kicked or beat? Especially a black woman with children. And you want to call me beloved? I think not. Think about Setha and everything that the spirit is saying in that movie, beloved. Setha was standing in the barn when Massa came for her, trying to take her babies that she fought so ever hard to keep alive during those days of slavery, right? I'm looking at the message, the hidden meaning of what they would deem to be a big black mad woman. She would take the lives of her own children just so Master wouldn't have them. No, I'm not that one. Master, you're going to have to go down because guess what? Those days of Setha is over. I don't know her. My family are original people, these American lands. For you to treat me like you have been treating me, your superiority in high and low places, jumping from body to body, no matter what race, color, creed, religion, or age, group, or gender, sexual preferences that they choose, you use all of them. I have been attacked by homosexuals, bisexuals, Masons, Eastern stars, right? In the East, the star, right? What is that? The sun? That sun does not attack me. The sun follows me everywhere I go. And when it's dark outside in the day, I call upon him to shine his light to come through. Always does. Those are the things I will never give up. Those are the things you won't ever be able to take away from me. I don't care how many views view what it is. I see you in these times. I've always known that you would try to come to me. It's been given to me in prophecy. Like I said, you always have to come after as a thought after my vibration goes forward, right? And it's not just for me. It's for anybody who could be going through these things. Domestic violence is real. Not only is domestic violence real, gang stalking is real. Not only is gang stalking is real from people who are in high position against people who they deem to be low, right? But what is it about me that gives you that real? What is it about me? The random people, random cars, just sitting out, just watching, waiting. It's like somebody, I never understood what obsession is because I have never been obsessed about somebody to the point to where I'll do things to affect their life or to the point to where I would want to do anything that takes physical action. And I done thought about some stuff and quickly rebuke myself because I know that those thoughts continually could lead to that place of a physical action. And I just can't see myself spilling somebody else's blood. I'm a woman. I bleed once a month. It's enough blood for me to see. I even been humiliated by people who call themselves my friends and love me from that issue of blood in a time when it was inappropriate. How couldn't she know how? Well, when you're moving around and everything get hot, that's all I got to say. You're not me, so you wouldn't know. But I am every woman. It could happen to any one of us. And that's nothing to be ashamed of because through that, that's the way that we are born. And I'll wear that as an honor for all those who think otherwise of my womanhood. Because I know that's what y'all like to do to black women who you think are mad. You would deem them to be hermaphrodites or lesbian. Not everyone is into your sick and twisted ways. And you're probably mad because I said that Alpha and Omega will always be divine and anything else other is not. You can have a divine presence, but the divine, it's just what it is. And I'm seeing like through all of this hardship that somebody's trying to impose on me, y'all cut my lights out when Entergy didn't even cut them off. You have to be the maintenance man. You have to be somebody who know how to do these things. If you're not, I'm sorry for saying that it is the maintenance man. But if you are the maintenance man and you're watching and you know that it's not you, do what you're supposed to do for the good in you. Nobody's moving around. People always running through the holes. I ain't gonna knock on nobody else though. It could be more than me. That's what our lights right now. Nobody ain't saying because everybody afraid to talk to each other because nobody know who to trust in this building. It is hard to say that we have come to that place in these days and time when we have been asking for the Most High to bring us all unity around the world. Do I want to be a human? I don't feel like I'm a human. I would rather be anything else, not reincarnated. That's probably why so many people are animalistic because they've been reincarnated so many times that they don't know how to be an incarnate being. Sad. That's what's sad. I'm not feeling sad for myself because I know if push came to shove, if I had to make a life or death decision at that particular moment, being faced with trauma and troubles, I would do what I have to do to protect my children because, Master, I'm not taking them out for you. You gotta go, Master. You would definitely have to go. And what am I saying? Am I a slave? No, I feel like I'm Someone's trying to capture me mentally like a slave, trying to inflict pain and lash out at me for being an outspoken woman who does not want to deal with the male bravado shit of a life that you have created. Men, take responsibility for this life that we live in, because the chicken or the egg doesn't matter anymore. It's all scrambled up. It's something that's getting fried all the time, whether it's in a pan or an electrical chair, right? You created it. Every chance that you got, man, you have destroyed. And I'm not talking about man and woman, right? I'm talking about that man that has that pituitary gland, that has that testosterone, whether it's in the upright or it's in reverse. You have cursed our living. What are you going to do to make it right? Oh, there's nothing. But that's why I sit in this darkness and I behold the light of the Most High God in this hour called the moon. Somebody's probably doing moon meditation magic right now. That's what I feel in this ritual. Am I going to participate in that? I don't have to, because it is already done. So to perform any other acts would be redundant, because I don't need anything from the moon. Oh, how could it do so much when so many people are debating about whether it's real or not anyway? Assimilated life, right? Am I saddened because I don't have the artificial lights that are provided by energy that I have to pay for? No. I'm saddened at the fact that someone would actually take their precious time as an attempt to target me and make me feel inadequate, not knowing. I already know that this should not be happening. Did it affect my children? For a little while. But what helped is having the tools and being prepared. Grandma always said keep some candles for the right thing. We don't burn our candles on people. We burn our candles to see through the dark. I shall not, and I will not approve. Even though you do it, make that magic work for you in that capacity and be able to receive whatever it is that comes back. No comparison, right? So for this time, I'm in this darkness. What it is that I see is that I can see better in the dark than I can in the light. You know why? Because your darkness is brighter than my light in the darkness, because that's how dark you are. So that is a bright darkness. It's abundant in darkness, for your actions speak volume about you from the inside out, and you wait until it get dark to do what it is that you do, right? No one knows. No one cares. It's just another woman who's defiant of men. We're going to teach her a lesson. That's just another woman who not our sister. She don't convene with us. I can't stand her because he loves her. who is He? If you're not jealous of the love of the Most High that He has for me, then baby, you're not jealous of anything. Because let me tell you, there's no dick or pussy out there that would ever make me lose my mind to go as far as some of you all have behind it. There's no chemical imbalance in me for that. Because pleasure, there's many ways to please me, myself, and I can do it all alone for pleasure. There's multiple things to be pleased about in life. Sex is not the one. It's just an act to produce what it is that we know that people are in life. But life will exist without people, right? Biblically, did people create the world, or did the world, as far as we know the earth is, create the people? What did it say the Most High did in order to form man? But metaphysically, spiritually seeking that in this darkness, that's where the light came from. That love. And I have nothing but it to give to you. Be healed. You don't have to attack me to get my love. You don't have to backstab me to get my love. You don't have to chop me down to get my love. You don't have to belittle me to get my love. You don't have to abuse me to get my love. You will never get my love if you do those things. And when I say never, I mean never. And if I have given it to you and I said that you will never ever get it again, that is exactly what I will stand in. Because I don't want to say never and not mean it. That would be backwards as a raven. Forward, ever, backwards, never. I've learned from my old mistakes. I'm moving on to new beginnings. There's nothing you could do to deter me from that. Nothing you can do that's going to steal my joy. Nothing you can do that's going to make me put my hands on my children and abuse them to where they're bruised and broken from the inside out. There's nothing you can do that's not going to reflect on yourself what it is that you're trying to project onto me. There's nothing you could do or say that will make me not lecture my children about the greatness that is inside of them and where they come from. That same greatness is going to live on through them the same way that it lived on through me, no matter what other parts are there inside of them. That's where I am in this moment, in this darkness that you haters have allowed me to receive. Because, yes, I cursed you when I knew what had happened before I even called Entergy. I felt it, right? Because you're thick on the hate and you kind of thin on having enough love to go around. But see, that thickness on that hate that you have for me is cutting like a knife, trying to slice through the love that is very much more solid than what your thick hate could ever be. And for those who are in my collective, that appreciate me, that is subscribed for all the right reasons. I appreciate you for appreciating me, listening, taking the time out to watch my videos, to like it or not. That's not what it's about, because as you can see, my page is not monetized. But with all this drama that is going on, I feel like I should have had it monetized and put on a show to be a part of the number of those who are just in the act on this stage of life called YouTube, right? To air out all my dirty laundry, to be looked upon in shame, to say what it is that is causing me pain or ailment, or just be a fool to my own people, my race, or just humanity in general. Because there's all races that is abusing their self. Human race is the main one. Oh yes. If I could come back, what would I come back as? If it was something about the reincarnation that would make me feel at a higher level. And I still haven't come up with an answer. Because all I see is shame within the human race. How loveless we have become for one another. Even more so when things seem like they could be getting good. With all of the technology and advances that we have made to make life easier, it seems like it's even more troublesome. And it's even more easier, big old easy on being able to do each other harm. We use these tools that's called phones. People commit murders live. That's how much fame and hate they want to display or get. It's despicable. People fussing over mundane issues, whether you're vegan or you're a carnivore, herbivore, whatever, who's better, who's not. But you're still in the fight. Why am I met with so much resistance from walking away? You stabbed me in my back. Not one time. You stabbed me in my back. Not 2 times. You stabbed me in my back. Not 3 times. You stabbed me in my back 4 times. Not just the 4 times. You kept stabbing me in my back when I was walking away from you. You went in overkill. Spiritually. And if you physically were holding a knife when you poked me, I would have been dead, because you physically did that when I had my back turned towards you. That was the most lowest thing that you could ever have done. Because we in our culture, who all know me, know the culture says you do not speak to someone when they have their back turned to you. You let them be. Go on your way. But you didn't do that. Not only did you stab me in my back, you sent your minions for me. Try to destroy my child. You sent your women Your men, your cousins, your uncle, your sisters, your brother, your low life dogs that they are, whoever they are in those high and low places, right? A dog's on the hunt behind a rabbit that was trying to get away, right? But who's gonna laugh when the rabbit is holding a gun? That's what you want to see. You want to see me holding a gun, ready to be identified as an angry, mad black woman who's out of control, to fit that stereotypical view, because everyone has it out for a black Madonna, right? No matter how many of her that does exist, she still carries that same essence, that same imprint from the Most High, right? So we're going to do whatever we want to do to tear her down, because we have not been able to for centuries. The same spirit lives, right? You're reincarnated or you're incarnated. You're living it over again. So you didn't pass the test the first time, right? So you've been running after be the same way, jumping from body to body, trying to get close. But what is it that you know now? Oh, we have you, says NASA, says Massa. The one that got away, right? Why? She's loose. How does it make sense, right? Woman, thou art loose. I would have never imagined this life. That life has become so distorted. And the view of what I had of it as being a heaven has become that ever living thing of a nightmare that I see. Is it in my life? No, trying to trickle its way down to me. But I won't let it, because I'm telling you, I will meet you with resistance to save mine against every attempt. I don't have to do any magic other than calling on my Father to come down low from on high and walk with me on this pilgrim journey, because we are not in our land as we should be. It has turned into a pilgrim land. Father, thank you for allowing me to not be like the rest of the world. Thank you for allowing me to not be lost and turned out even in my young days. Might have been indecisive or very choosy, But I thank you for giving me that, because that exact thing is what saved my life a long time ago. I'm kind of, Father God, Most High of heaven and earth, see and know of all things, done, hidden, not. Thank you for allowing me to keep love first. Thank you for allowing me to know that love is not just some words that you can spew out and think that it's going to be received in that capacity. Thank you for allowing me to know that love is very much of an action that has to be displayed, as well as we desire to hear it being told, right? Thank you, Father, for being every bit of what it is of a protector and provider that you said you would be. This is no joke. This is in real life, because there is none that I have found that's worthy enough to be ahead of my life consistently, to be called Father in my life for my children, because that consistency would definitely be with protection and guidance and preparation for whatever it may have been to come. That's why no man can seat himself upon that throne, because you're always trying to be just what the body jumper is, someone that wants to destroy me, right? That same dream that I had of being tormented by that spirit that wanted me to not receive the blessings and love of my counterpart, divinely ordained, is that same energy that is doing everything that they're doing now, using people who are around. And they don't know that they're being used. Some of them are aware of it, but they don't care, because that's just their essence. They're soulless beings. And out of the 8 billion people that are on the face of the earth, the numbers of the book reveal how many true souls there are. There's only so many true souls. People want to know about the chosen. Those are the numbers of the true souls. All the other ones have spirit in them. The true souls have spirit and soul, right? Because when you have soul, you have your own essence. The spirit of the Most High lives. It's been poured out upon everything. We can be cheerful in spirit, but the spirit of the Most High is in highness. What does the Most High bring, right? The Most High is bringing me to this place of being able to speak through the ethers and tell my story of what it is that has been wickedly done against me. And just, I've called the news stations, no reply, multiple times. New Orleans, very own finest, What you're talking about, we don't have time for that, was what they told me in January. That story seems like it's something you need to call the cops for. These things continue to happen, and call the cops. Call the cops. The cops are reading off of a script. You tell them what you tell them. They go to the manual and they say this. When you tell them there's been an intrusion in my apartment, someone must have a key to get in. Did they break the door down? And I'm like, did I just not say that they must have a key? Who is it that has all the keys to all the apartments? If it's not you, it's not you. I'm not calling no names because I don't know your name. But what you do is what you do. But the excuse, you all in my collective who's watching, this is what it's going to say. This is what they're going to say after it's all said and done and tomorrow come. That it was just a technical issue with your unit. Oh, I'm that special. That out of all the units, the Most High allowed mine to be picked to have a technical dysfunction to where my lights are not operable. And Energy said that they did not cut them off. And when I go into my account, it is still active. No disconnect. They can't hide that. Or is this a corporate thing that's being done? Is Energy in on it? They're lying. Their statements that they're writing, because regardless to whether it's on the internet or not, it's still a written statement that is classified as what can be, if it's fraudulent, considered paper fraud, wire fraud, mail fraud, whatever else you want to call it. They can't lie. They're not supposed to. At least it's what we think. But I don't think they would lie to me in this situation because no one has ever had their lights cut off in the middle of the night, right? And they tell you, call your maintenance department. Mm. In the dark. That's why we in the dark. I got candles. Thank God I found them when they was on sale because I don't normally buy candles. I'll get flashlights. But I did because I knew Mother's Day was coming up and I was supposed to design the candles. They was only 99 cents. And since I don't do drugs, I have my entertainment money to do the things that entertain me with. It's my crafts and my creations. It feels good to be able to take something that somebody else didn't want, turn it into something more desirable, and become an item that a person could say, this is what my daughter made for me. It feels good. That's why I know when all this is said and done, and when I get to that point at Pinnacle where I'm supposed to be, and my true, real love comes into my life, my forever love, right? That they gonna be happy to have me. Because see, I don't want him to give me what the world want. I don't want what every woman got. Especially if they got a whole bunch of heartaches just to get taken care of. What I want is the things that money can't buy. Because I know that's all I need to help us get by, and the money is gonna come. You see, they thought that this attack right here was gonna push me over the edge to do something crazy because they think that I am that, or they want me to be that. But I done been through too much to go to that level. I'm very, very sensitive when it comes to allowing myself to be manipulated or controlled by somebody else. And if you ever did me something and you got a reaction from me where tears flow from my eyes, just know the reason that they flew from my eyes is because I'm asking the Most High to deliver me from not being like you. Because that's how easy it is to turn from love to hate. And in that split second, I see myself becoming you. And it was the ugliest sight that I could ever see. No matter how beautiful you look on the outside, your insides are torn up. No matter how clean you dress, you're so dirty, you don't overstand where I'm standing at, even when I'm sitting. I might not have what it is that you have, that money can buy. That's all you have. But you are so desolate and dry on the inside to where hell lives in you. And they want to know if hell is a real place. Yes, hell is. And yes, heaven is. And that's why I'm going to reside in heaven. Because I know I could bring hell on earth if I decided to do all of the things that you all have been trying to do to me. Because what I'm not going to do is try. I'm going to make it happen. But I don't have to. Because the Most High already has done it. Because of He knew what you were already going to do. That's why He said, weeping may endure for a night, but joy coming in the morning. I know there's sunshine after the rain. This is a different song. But I'm looking at it like I never hated the rain. I loved the sunshine as much as I love the rain. Why? Because if it did not rain, then yes, hell would be raining on earth. Scientifically, are we aware or we are not? Is this the land of the living or are we the living dead? Looking at the dead grass that's trying to grow. No matter how much it rains, they don't ever have to cut it. It's fake. The sandlot doesn't have any soil. I dug some of it up to use it to plant my seeds. My seeds don't grow. I dug some of it up to put in my flowers that was already there to add more pot and soil to it. It killed them. How much hope could I put inside of something? So I said, you should have known that nothing is there in New Orleans for you but a ghost town, and that you're surrounded by goons and goblins and vultures, witches and warlocks, and imps and nymphs and Wiccans and all of the high priest and priestess of the mystic, that there's no love, only for the love of being able to manifest something wickedly good or wickedly bad in someone else's life or death. A light is shining in this dark situation. Am I gonna allow myself to sit in sorrow when I know that the things like the lights and the waters that run from wells of someone else's giving could be tampered with at any given time? No. All they do is just make me think about that moment when I told my children, don't worry about the lights being out. God has given us the stars and the moon to light the way. Open up the blinds. But the saddest thing